Favor say aye. Aye. Those in favor say no. No. It's the opinion of the chair that the ayes have it and the resolution is agreed to, and without objection the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
This debate today, it's about who gets to be an American. What opinions do we have to be counted as Americans? This is what this debate is about, Madam Speaker. There is this idea that you are a suspect if you are an immigrant, or if you are from certain parts of the world, or a certain skin tone, or a Muslim. It is no accident that members of the Republican Party accuse the first Black president, Barack Obama, of being a secret Muslim. Well, I am Muslim. I am an immigrant, and interestingly, from Africa. Is anyone surprised that I am being targeted? Is anyone surprised that I am somehow deemed unworthy to speak about American foreign policy? Or that they see me as a powerful voice that needs to be silenced?
Mr. Speaker, and to use that logic, well, then all those people should have just said sorry and we'd move on, right? But no, we don't do that. And let me tell you, I take a little bit of offense to what the hell is wrong with me. I'll tell you, there's nothing wrong with me. I took an oath to defend the Constitution, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Again, I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm going to hold the Constitution, and it's very simple. We really shouldn't even have this debate. If you break the law and you follow due process, there are consequences to your actions, even if you say sorry. So we can try all of the diversion tactics that we would like. It doesn't change the fact that someone broke the law and that someone should be held accountable. It is disappointing, Mr. Speaker, that their own party can't hold them accountable, that they have such hypocrisy. So with that, I yield 2 minutes to my friend from New York, Nicole Malliotakis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We've heard from my colleagues the reasons why the Representative Omar should be removed from this committee, but I feel like all the reasons have not just yet been stated, which is why I rise to add for the record. We've heard about the comments that were made regarding anti-Semitism and anti-Israeli views, but I rise to add to the record that as a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee, I've sat there and heard the representative actually spew anti-American rhetoric as well. I've been in that committee room where the representative equates Israel and the United States to Hamas and the Taliban. Absolutely unacceptable for a member of that committee. I've also heard the representative equate that it is the United States' fault that there is turmoil in Venezuela, that is not because of the oppressive socialist and communism that has spread throughout Central and South America, in Venezuela at the hands of the Maduro and Hugo Chavez regimes. That is unacceptable. And as a New York representative, to hear the representative belittle, to try to diminish the worst terrorist attack on United States soil on September 11, 2001, as some people did something, that is unacceptable as well. And I hold the same standard for this side of the aisle that I do the other, because when another colleague on my side said something about 9/11, I also voted to have her removed from the Education Committee because I thought that was inappropriate. So I'm being consistent here, and I hope my colleagues will do the same to show that this is about consistency and accountability, because we should not have an individual with those views on the committee that is tasked with representing our country and our Congress to foreign nations. I yield back.
So Ilhan Omar goes before Congress and once again pulls out the same tired playbook. Victimhood, identity politics, accusations of racism and Islamophobia. According to her, this debate isn't about her words or her actions. No, it's about who gets to be considered a real American. She tells us she's an immigrant, she's Muslim, she's from Africa, and therefore any criticism of her must be rooted in bigotry. She even drags Barack Obama into it, claiming Republicans questioned his faith because of racism. And then she asks the audience if anyone is surprised she's being targeted. But here's the problem. That argument completely collapses the moment accountability enters the room. Because this debate was never about her skin color or her religion. It was about her record, her statements, her repeated comments that many Americans view as anti-American, anti-Israel, and dismissive of our national tragedies. And that's when Congresswoman Lisa Mcclain stepped in and completely dismantled the narrative. She didn't mince words. She made it clear she took an oath to defend the Constitution, not to protect politicians from consequences. She said something very simple but very powerful. If you break the law or violate standards, there are consequences. Saying sorry doesn't erase that. No diversions. No emotional manipulation. Just accountability. Then Representative Nicole Maliotakis laid out what the media conveniently leaves out. She described first-hand experiences from a Foreign Affairs Committee where Ilhan Omar allegedly equated the United States and Israel with terrorist organizations like Hamas and the Taliban. Let that sink in. She also pointed out comments blaming America for Venezuela's collapse instead of the socialist and communist regimes that actually destroyed the country. And she reminded everyone of Omar's infamous 9/11 remark where she referred to the worst terrorist attack in U.S. history as "some people did something." That wasn't taken out of context. Those were her words. And Maliotakis made something else clear. She voted to remove members from her own party for inappropriate comments, too. This isn't partisan revenge. It's consistency. Here's the part the left hates admitting. The vast majority of Americans have zero issue with immigrants. Americans welcome people who want to contribute, who love this country, and who want to make it stronger. But Ilhan Omar doesn't just criticize America. She consistently shows contempt for it. She enjoys the benefits of this country while attacking the very foundation that allowed her to succeed. That's why people are angry. Not because of where she's from, but because of what she stands for. And instead of reflecting on that, she doubles down, cries persecution, and labels her critics as hateful. There have also been long-standing allegations surrounding her immigration history that many voters find deeply troubling. Whether the media wants to talk about it or not, those questions never receive clear answers, and dismissing them as conspiracies doesn't make public concern disappear. Americans want leaders with integrity, with respect for the Constitution, with loyalty to the people they represent. What we're seeing instead is division, chaos, and constant finger-pointing. And people are fed up. So here's the real question. Out of the entire squad, AOC, Ilhan Omar, and the rest, who actually has a future in American politics if any of them do? If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe to Capital Truthline, and share this video because the truth deserves to be heard.